What's good, bro? How you been? Welcome back. Recently I got a couple of comments. Well, not a couple because I'm not that famous yet, but I got two comments on two different videos, and both of them were like coming from Goose Wayne's channel. That's the channel of the guy that is this guy that goes on Omegle and he like records the calls and shit, and he posts the clips of people that he's called on, like he's met on Omegle. And I popped up in one of them. I didn't even know what's being recorded, but yeah, there was this guy, and I forgot how the conversation came up, but he was basically asking me like some shit, and I told him, oh yeah, I'm a self. Oh yeah, he said, he said that I had a weird aura about myself. Bro was using the word aura, like bro, aura, come on now. But yeah, he was like, you have a weird aura, like, or some shit like that. He was like, I kind of like it, but I'm kind of worried. He was like, are you gonna be on the news? And I was like, on the news? Nah. I was like, but you might see me on YouTube and shit. And I just like, I threw on my channel out there basically. But yeah, and then he was like, all right, well, perhaps you can give me a quick lesson and shit on how to get girls and shit. And I was like, yeah, like no problem and shit. Like, what do you need? And he was like, how can I get girls as a bald guy? And then I told him, like, basically, this goes for any bald guy out there. If you're bald and you can't afford a hair transplant, then things that you can't fix, you shouldn't worry about. But if you're fat and you can fix that, because there's people that have way better physiques than me, who are disabled, who perhaps like don't have one hand, who perhaps don't have a leg or anything, and they have way better physiques than me. So if you're fat and you're like, oh no, I'm just not gonna change that shit because I can't change it, that's unacceptable, bro. Get your fat ass up, start hitting the gym, all that shit, start eating healthy. But yeah, and then he was basically like, how can I get girls as a bald guy? And I was like, well, like the most important thing is treat women like cats and think of men as dogs. And my analogy was, okay, so women are like cats because just like cats, they don't like to be showered with attention. A lot of women are gonna be like, oh yeah, we do, and all that shit. And perhaps there are some women, like there are some exceptions out there or women like that. What I'm saying here is, don't act like you don't like her. Like tell her you like her and shit, but don't be a simp. Basically, like don't do nice things. Don't be like too like don't give her too much attention and all this shit. Like, oh baby, I love you. Texting her 24/7. Calling her, like give her space, let her miss you, and this will naturally just make her fall more in love with you because of the mysteriousness or whatever y'all want to call that shit. But yeah, and then I was like, I told them I told them the analogy that women are like cats and men are like dogs, that men like to be shown attention just like a dog, they don't mind it, but with women, they like to be shown attention, but not too much where they feel like you're like overstimulating them and shit. But yeah, I basically told them, and a lot of people in the comments, like a lot of people were agreeing with me, but there were also a lot of people who weren't agreeing with me, who were like, oh, they were being fucking racist and shit, calling me a little Edgar and shit. It's not an Edgar, man, this is an overgrown buzz cut. But yeah, they were just being racist as shit, and then that shit is crazy. Those people are the ones who don't get no females, who just fucking, they don't get no females at all, bro. Like, come on now. So, who are you gonna listen to? Like, someone who gets no females and is a simp and acts like a simp in hopes of getting attention from women, or someone who just pulls women naturally, not having to do too much, Mr. Nonchalant over here. I'm playing with that shit, but yeah. And then, yeah, that was basically it. A lot of people, there were also a lot of older ladies in the comments, and they were like, this is why young people nowadays don't find love and shit and all that shit. And there was this one comment that stuck out to me from a married lady, and she was like, I hate how right this kid is because, I think she said, I hate how this kid is right because I be telling my husband this, that I don't like to be shown too much attention and shit. Like, obviously, women like to be shown that they're loved by you, but do it in a, I guess, kind of nonchalant way where you, like, do it through your actions, not so much through your words and shit. yeah, it's better like that. Do it through your actions. Like, for example, loving her would be a way of changing her tire when it fucks up, you know. If you're married to somebody right now watching this, doing the dishes for her, cleaning, showing her that type of shit with your actions, not so much with your words and just fucking being right there like a little bitch all the time, acting like a fucking female, you know, wanting to call her, text her every single like hour of the day. So yeah, and this one lady that commented, she was like, I hate how this kid is right because I be telling my husband this, you know, I don't want all this attention and shit. Like, please give me my space. And she's married. Keep in mind, she's married. And she was like, please give me my space and shit. If she's saying that in a YouTube, like in a YouTube video, like her husband probably thinks that he's doing the right thing by, you know, like showering her with affection and all that shit. But by her own words, she's getting fucking annoyed at that shit. So there are some women out there who are gonna be willing to admit this shit, because just like a lot of people also, a lot of women also in the comments were like, oh, I don't like to be shown this, like I don't like to, when a guy doesn't like show that he loves me too much and I get disinterested. Okay, a lot of women will also say, oh yeah, we want you know, the nice guys, we want guys who will text us, call us every single hour of the day. But when they actually get that, they start calling the guys simps. They start fucking shaming them for that shit, for the guys showing too much attention, being too nice. So it's just like women say one thing and then they do another thing. So you can't really trust women on the advice they're giving you to get them. It's just like that saying that goes, you don't ask a fish how to fish, you ask the fisherman. So hey, I'm popping out with too much of these quotes. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm wise beyond my years. But like, yeah, a wise guy once said that. Yeah, I said that. I don't even know what's going on, man. But yeah, like I said, another way that I could have also, like, I guess a better analogy that a lot of people would have gotten more instead of like the cat and dog analogy would have been like that one saying that goes, telling you, man, just keep popping out with all these sayings. But like that one saying that goes, chase butterflies and they will fly away from you. But build a garden and the butterflies will come to you. So yeah, man, I guess that was like a better example of that shit. But fuck it. But yeah, the people who got the cat and dog analogy, like, they already know. Like, and the ones who don't get it, we should just, what can we do? You know, they don't get it. They want to be simps. They want to listen to women's advice on how to get women. They want to ask the fish how to fish instead of asking the fisherman. Let them, you know, more women for us. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you about in today's video. And all I wanted to really speak about. I find that shit fucking funny. I found that hilarious. Because, like I said, a lot of ladies in the comments were like, oh, these little... Because they also put another kid that people were saying he looks kind of like me. And he had I think he was also Mexican. And he had a similar cut to me, but they were just being fucking racist and shit, calling us little Edgars 1 and 2 and all that shit. But hey, most of the people that were saying that shit, they get no fucking females, they get no play. So it's up to you who you want to listen to. But yeah, men are like dogs, women are like cats. I guess a better way to put it would be chase butterflies, they will run away. Build a garden and the butterflies will come to you. So yeah, bro, that was all. Hope you fall in love with the hard work. I already think I said that shit at the beginning of the video, but fuck it. Fall in love with the hard work, stay on the discipline, you know, all that bullshit. Well, not bullshit, because that's actually like good shit. So yeah, all that good shit. Fall in love with the hard work, stay in love. Stay in love, fucking it up. Fall in love with the hard work, stay disciplined, and I'm gonna catch you boys later. Good night.